Welcome to Jesus Rants. Sorry, I think I'm about a week late, but I'm getting it out here now. I hope you enjoy this video. Today it's going to be about judging. So it's a pretty popular subject, I guess. People try to, it's a popular subject. It's more like the elephant in the room, okay? We try not to speak about it too much, but it is something that we deal with every day, you know, whether you're in the church or out of the church, especially when it comes to church people talking to non-believers. Then that's when you get a huge uproar when it comes to being judgmental, stuff like that. But if that's how you feel about some things, even people within the church, you know, they'll tell other people in the church, don't judge me, you don't know my life, oh, I know you've done this, I know you've done that. And then we get that famous quote, right? The dumbest possible thing you could ever say in this instant. Okay, and I'm sorry if you have this tatted on you, but stop saying only God can judge me, because that's the last person you should want judging you. All right, I would rather have anybody else in the whole world judge me, okay, because God is perfect. So I'd have to live up to his standards. I'm not perfect. No one ever is. So you see where I'm getting at on that? He's perfect. So you're going to let him judge you? Not only is he perfect, but he's all-powerful, all-knowing. He can do whatever he wants to you. Worse than anybody else, man. You can get shot, killed, slit your throat, drowned, buried alive, whatever. That's nothing compared to what God can do to you. You know what I mean? So only God can judge me is the worst possible thing. I'm telling you, if I could have anybody else judge me, I would. But God is going to judge you. So that should scare the living crap out of you if you're not living by his ways or not giving that best effort to do that for love for him. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out there. Stop saying that, because that's terrible. But so this thing of judging, right? Are we supposed to judge, right? No one's supposed to judge. Don't judge anybody, right? It even says in the Bible, don't judge lest you want to be judged. So if you don't want to be judged, then you shouldn't judge others. But really, so what do we do with things like iron sharpens iron, right? Which basically means that we're going to help each other out. We're going to grow together. Or rebuke sharply, or the word is used for rebuking, you know, for correction, stuff like that. What are we going to do with that, right? So really, that stuff is needed for correction, right? So we can grow together, so we can get better, okay? Judgment is for those who want to get better or those who are pretending to be in Jesus. Okay, so those are the types of things that we need to correct. We need to judge you on that. So if I say I go to church and I say I believe in Jesus, but I'm outside having sex out of marriage, or I'm getting in fights all the time, and not only that, I mean, we're going to do things, we're going to mess up, we're going to sin. I know that. I still have sin in my life, and I struggle with this stuff all the time. But I'm working to get better for Jesus. Okay, and I'll talk about that a little later, but we're working to get better. But if you have no angst in your heart, you're not hurting at all, you don't care, you're just going to keep on sinning, that's where I'm going to judge you. Like, look, bro, you don't love Jesus because of the way you're acting. Okay, Jesus said you'll know them by their fruits. So if the way you're acting isn't in line with Jesus and you don't care about that, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't love Jesus. Okay, so it's those who want to get better or those who are pretending to be in Jesus, okay? That's when we're going to need that correction, okay? And I want to touch on this real quick. And I know that the church before has really judged people and try to basically spit on people. And I realize why people spit back at me if I try to speak into their lives and try to say, hey, man, you're not living right. You know, you need Jesus. So I can understand why someone's like, man, stop judging me, or someone thinks that I'm coming off harsh. I could totally get that. And honestly, my apologies for the way that Christians have been acting, the way Christians do act, or just religious people in general, okay? A friend of mine posted the other day, she said, this is why I hate religion. And I was like, man, me too, you know, because religion kills, religion separates, religion breaks. But Jesus is love, man, and that's really what it's about, okay? So I'm going to correct you, I'll judge you in a sense for correction to help you get better, okay? I think the best analogy I can think of is that, you know, I grew up playing football. So if I'm playing football and my coach is like, you know, you're doing this wrong, you know, he's judging me saying I don't know what I'm doing, you know, but really it's for correction so we can get better, so we can grow, okay? So same thing as a Christian, like, hey man, look, when you drink, dude, you don't act right. So you should stop drinking, right? Okay, there's some people that can handle it. There's some people that can't. I got friends that cannot drink. That's what they do. They say they believe in not drinking, and I stand by that. If you don't think you should drink, then you shouldn't drink. I do drink. I don't drink a whole lot, but I don't let it take control of me. Okay, so some people, they can't handle that, and honestly, I can't handle too much of it. That's why I can't live in it. All right. But what I want to ask too is, if Jesus walked up to you right now and said, yes or no, are you living the way you're supposed to live? Most people would say no. Non-believers, believers, all together, they would say no. So when someone else says it to you, maybe it's Jesus speaking through them to you. What if that's the way Jesus is trying to talk to you, and you're like, don't judge me, only God could judge me. And God's thinking, I am judging you right now, and you're not listening. So maybe we should take that into consideration, okay? Who is that person? Where are they coming from? Are they doing it lovingly? Sometimes you have to come hard at someone for them to understand the weight of what they're trying to say. All right, so if I come at you hard, most likely it's because we're really close. All right, and I'm trusting that I love you. Okay, so that's really all I got today. Judgment is necessary. Let's be honest. It has to happen if we want to grow, if we want to learn. And you can say all you want, but you judge someone every day. I think that's really what it's about. Is he said, don't judge lest you want to be judged. I think what he's saying is, you're going to judge, and you know that. So stop crying when other people are judging you for what you're doing. Okay, so if I beat my wife, you'd probably judge me and say I'm a bad person, and you would be right. That's not a bad thing, okay? You'll know them by their fruit, so you'll know them by their actions. So I know you by your actions, and you know me by my actions. All right, so if someone's trying to correct you, maybe you should take a look at yourself first. Don't say only God could judge me, because that's the last person you want doing it. All right, I think I hit on everything I wanted to. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, please send them in to me. Share this message if you believe.